It was about 6 or 7 years ago. And the fight between Amir Khan and Kell Brook would have been really big business for British boxing. Of course, it would have been a worthwhile welterweight fight on the world level. But in terms of British boxing, it would have helped break down that barrier that we'd already broken down with the likes of Froch and Groves. We could have capitalised on that with this great British rivalry. But I always kind of suspected that they'd go, nah, we're just going to do the classic let it marinate philosophy that the likes of Floyd Mayweather inculcated into so many future fighters now. And that is basically what has happened. Both of these guys are broken. Amir Khan doesn't have the heart he used to, and that was always one thing Amir Khan used to have. You could see against the likes of Crawford, he didn't want to go out on his shield in that fight. He found a way to escape the beating, and he chose that. He was like, right, I'm out of here. And Kell Brook really is the definition of damaged goods. Those back-to-back losses he had, breaking each cheekbone, God, what bad luck. I heard in the amusing press conference for this fight, the likes of Dominic Ingle saying his reflexes are the same. Yeah, nice one. Your reflexes are not the same at 35, believe me. I'm that age now. There were some very funny things actually said in that press conference. Adam Smith, of course, trying to give it the promoter's edge, was saying, well, actually, because it's later, because they're more vulnerable, will this make a more electric encounter? No. Who the hell, if the fight was given to us when it mattered, would have gone, no, wait. Let's wait for 7 years, because then it'll be more electric. I don't think so, mate. And Amir Khan, one of the most classically delusional fighters in the modern age, said something about being faster and stronger than he's ever been, and basically in his prime. Now, the fact it's going to be on pay-per-view actually isn't that surprising. It makes perfect business sense. Khan and Brook are still very relevant names in the UK. They're very familiar names. They're both going to take away a fair few million, I think, for this fight. For the hardcore fans, they will know this really is an overdone turkey. This is a past prime product you are being given. But for the majority who are going to be paying for this, a lot of the working class, they'll just be like, oh, sound. Kell Brook, Amir Khan are fighting finally. Sweet, I'll watch that. And yes, I would watch it. But I sure as hell wouldn't pay for it. And furthermore, I'm hearing of this stupid catch weight of £149. Is that true? If so, it's ridiculous. Catch weights are becoming the norm. And what's going on? We've already got 17 weight divisions. That is a considerable chopping up from our original 8. Why aren't we satisfied with that? Why do we have to go and specify further and create these silly enclaves in the already overpopulated weight divisions? There's already too many. We don't need catch weights. It just gives us as fans reasons to criticize victories because one fighter is trying to get just this perfect advantage for themselves. It's stupid. Accept the weight division you fight in and allow people to operate within that. There's probably going to be some sort of rehydration clause. This is all probably to try and pinch Kell Brook, who always was very tight at £147. But it just makes a mockery of weight divisions. But you could say the one interesting thing about this fight is that now it really is anybody's fight. If I was promoting this event, that's the tagline I'd give it. You just don't know what's going to happen. A lot of people believe, with good reason, that had it happened 2014-15, when both of them were on a bit of a welterweight surge, a lot of people fancied the strength, the accuracy and the power of Kell Brook to ultimately catch Khan at some point. And he still might do that. But because he's so broken up now, and he might even enter the ring weak, depending on the weight, it's like whoever hits the other guy first might go. Because really, we're dealing with both mentally and physically damaged fighters. In both of their recent performances, I think they've shown either they're not really willing or they're just not really capable of digging deep anymore. As I said, Amir Khan's heart, I don't think it's the same. He always used to get up and say, no, look, I'm continuing regardless. Okay, I'm spaghetti legs, but I am pushing forward. I'm not sure he's quite got that in his tank anymore. And with Kell Brook, though it was a nice little counter by Terence Crawford, he really did look fragile once he was hurt. Just defenseless. And he just tried to cover up on the ropes, but there was a very submissive posture about it. Really isn't the same guy he used to be. But really, who knows? Maybe with it being a domestic clash, both of these guys are going to give us more than we've seen as of late. They're not going to want to surrender so easily. They're going to push each other. They're going to make one of those entertaining Twilight kind of fights, as I'm sure Adam Smith will be banging on about ad nauseum for the remainder of the evening. And maybe it will make it worth your while. But what do you make of this clash that is so far removed from when it really mattered? It has become a trend. Fighters these days talk as if they're so self-entitled. It's like, it used to be, seize the opportunity. You only get one chance. Now it's, just let that marinate. Just let that one, sail for a little bit. We'll collect it later. And business-wise, that may prove true. But in terms of boxing, all that mindset does is just serve to degenerate the quality in the ring.